book pals, here's my question of the day. What are you currently reading? Here's what I am currently reading.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm glad to see everybody. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Gone Girl, and if you've seen the movie, then you know what the main storyline is. Okay, it's her and her husband's their 5th wedding anniversary, Nick and Amy's 5th wedding anniversary, and she goes up missing. Now, what I like about this book is it really more goes into like the history of Nick and Amy, of like how they met, why they moved to North Carolina, or sorry, not North Carolina, why they moved to Missouri. Sorry, they now live in Missouri. It talks about the bar that Nick and his twin sister, opened up in the town. It gives more of a background of Nick's dad and Nick's mom, and honestly, it was a very good story for me. I really enjoyed it. It kept my attention, and it very much was something that I thoroughly enjoyed. I like the suspense of it. I like how, Nick was like, besides the cops just doing their investigation, I'm going to do my own investigation, and he followed the clues because the cops really weren't listening to him about the clues that Amy left him for the scavenger hunt, which Nick completely hates the scavenger hunts. He doesn't understand why Amy does it every year, but Amy basically has a reason why she disappeared. I don't want to give that reason away, but she finds out that Nick has done something, and so she thinks this is the perfect time to get revenge on him for what he has done to her. And honestly, I think it's kind of smart, but like I was saying, I think it was very smart, but also kind of crazy of her to do it that way. Wouldn't necessarily agree with that. But honestly, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love the thriller of it. I love the suspense of it. I love how they try to make Nick out to be the bad guy throughout this entire story. I love how he's like how the cops try to make him seem like the bad guy, but he's not the bad guy. And it's bad that they make it seem that way. And the press are just like hitting on him, and I'm like, guys, he didn't do nothing. He came home from work and his wife was gone. I feel sorry for Nick. I mean, don't get me wrong, I felt a little sorry for Amy too, but I mean, Amy was a freaking psycho. Psycho. Like with a capital P. And Amy ends up killing her ex-boyfriend, because she ends up refugeeing over to his house in the book after having a bad confrontation at the cottage that she's staying at. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, ugh. I think the way she did it was kind of kooky. And she like drenched herself all over his blood. I didn't really necessarily like that. That was kind of weird, but overall, it was a good book. I think I gave this book, let's see what I gave this book on Goodreads. I love my Goodreads, guys, because if I forget something, I can honestly just go back and look. I absolutely love it. Let's see, Gone Girl, there you are. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a very good and entertaining book. I feel like people don't give it as much credit as they should. It is kind of long, but that's okay, because like in the first part you're more getting like the history and the investigation, and then the second part you're more getting it like where she returns home and about their lives afterwards. And there's a secret surprise at the end of the book. I'm not going to spoil it, but towards the end of the book, Amy and Nick's life does start getting better after all this, and they end up being happy. And like I said, there's that secret little surprise, so pay attention. But that's really all I have to say about this book. Happy you guys tuned in for another video. I will see you guys next time. Stay magical. Bye.